for Scott Sorensen! On deck, we have Lyle LaRue, but coming up next on stage, it's me! Put your hands together for Ski!
What is this, a crossover episode?
So I'm going to, normally I come up on stage and I do a speech or I do a rant. I guess this might count more as a speech, but really this is just me kind of putting some things together. As I mentioned before, I spent this last weekend with a bunch of kind of my people, and that's an easy thing to say because you're my people too, and that's the thing, is sometimes we fall into some traps of thinking that you only have one, that you are limited in some ways, and in some places, some ways, yeah, sure, you are limited, but not maybe in the ways you think. So this is just me talking. I have shit for memory. If it's not such an amazing event that I don't tell people stories about it, anything from my distant past is probably either invented or missing entirely. Huge chunks. I don't remember my childhood. My wife can remember back to when she was like 2. I can barely remember high school and little pieces of middle school. But one of the first memories that I really solidly have from high school is there was a friend of mine who was far, far cooler than me. And when I got invited to a sleepover, so I went over to his house, and we were having a great time, an awesome time, and, you know, at that point he became kind of a friend. But at some point in the night he stops and he turns to me and he's like, Ski, why are you so weird? I mean, you're pretty cool, but why are you so weird? And it was just such a gut punch of a question, you know? Because how can you be anything but yourself? And if I'm weird, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? And do I want to change? I really don't. I kind of don't dig who I am. And I always have. And so all I did was cry. And I remembered that, and there was no answer to this, and slowly the party moved away, and everything recovered and span back up and stuff, but it bothered me. I thought about it, and I never really found an answer. It was only a few years later that I went to my very first convention, my very first sci-fi gaming convention. And it's kind of the antithesis of that last question. Nobody there asked, why are you so weird? Everyone was like, fuck yeah, you're weird. We are too. And that's the first time I knew that I was home in that environment. And I have gone to conventions all the rest of my life, sci-fi conventions all over, every place I lived, just because of that connection, the ability to find other people who look at you and don't see that as different, or maybe it's even a prerequisite for getting in there. And this is what I kind of hope to be here for you when I run an open mic. You are my people too, in a different kind of way. It's not a judgment based off of you being weird or you being normal or anything. It is simply, do you have something to share? I've got something to share. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's speech, sometimes it's just stream of consciousness, sometimes it's really stupid dad jokes, but I have shit to share. And if it comes out well, great, I want to know. And if it's, I'm okay with that now. Didn't used to be, but I am now. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want to be here for you, is this kind of exchange. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be bad. All you have to do is say, I have something I want to share, Ski, on your stage. I'm like, fuck yeah, you're home. Let's do this. So that's the end of the speech part. So now I want to do a song for you, and the only song I have in mind is not quite Hootie and the Blowfish. Do you guys remember them? Is that too old? This is not Hootie and the Blowfish. Little me, nuts are small as pearls. You like to laugh at me 'cause I'm hung just like a squirrel. In my pants, ain't no big swing. But if you can find him, he's a happy little thing. But there's nothing I can do. I only got a 3-inch tool. Come home with me, have a cocktail in my place. I've got to warn you before we get past second base. In my pants, oh no, I got it back, no big swing. But if you can find him, he's a funny little thing. But there's nothing I can do. I only got a 3-inch tool. When I'm coming out of the pool, I only got a 1-inch tool. Sometimes I wonder if it'll ever extend. I get embarrassed when I'm hanging with my friends. They like to razz me, I don't know why. They get me a Happy Meal and supersize my fry. But there's nothing I can do. I only got a 3-inch tool. When I'm coming out of the pool, I only got a 1-inch tool.